Well, it looks like Black Myth Wukong has staying power. Gamers are obviously loving this game as it's been over a day, and Grums is reporting that it's already beating its prior record up to 2.42 million concurrent users on Steam, beating yesterday's peak. This is it. You don't go woke. You make a fun game, and gamers play it. It's really a simple strategy, and the media is absolutely seething about this because their DEI darling is dying on the vine, and Forbes magazine has decided to attack the Wukong creators based on an email of some content, free content they were giving to some streamers with some rules behind what they want to see for streamers to get that content. And it's pretty reasonable stuff. Let's get into the news. This is a lot of fun. Oh my gosh, I love watching Paul Tassi at Forbes seethe over this stuff. He's such a fake news video game journalist. There's a lot of them, my friends. All right, for the real news, please hit the like and subscribe button here as we tell you everything that's going on in video game, pop culture, comics, sci-fi, everything that's out there. We're having a lot of fun on the channel, and I appreciate you guys for being here. Also, I've got a Kickstarter live right now for a sci-fi graphic novel. If you like fun action adventure, really good quality storytelling, you're going to enjoy this. So go grab this in the description below. We just hit $29,000. Amazing. I've never seen a campaign of mine do this well. And it's a testament, again, to if you don't make a woke product, you make some fun that's high quality, you win. It's a simple formula. So thank you. That's in the description below. Please back it today. Love to try to get to 30,000 this week, and thank you so much for all the support so far. Okay, so love seeing this. 2.42 million at the peak, and here's what PC Games lied about. Drops nearly 2 million players in several hours. They really want this game to be a failure. They really want this to go away because it flies in the face of all their narratives, their modern audiences that they keep going for, the DEI woke agenda that they keep pushing into every single game. They're trying to prop up the games that are bad and poop on the games that are good. I mean, it's been very obvious what the agenda of the mainstream media is. And the reason is because they get teamed up with by outlets like Ubisoft or Sony Gaming and things like that because those companies pay them or give them bribes or give them access in exchange for them, of course, promoting them as companies. The whole media industry is completely corrupt in that regard, and that's why everybody's turning to independent journalists like myself or Grums in order to report on what's actually going on in gaming, because you're not going to get the truth from PC Games and here, and you're not going to get the truth from Kotaku, and you're not going to get the truth from Forbes, and that's exactly what we're going to see. So this is a huge embarrassment to them because we have a Dustborn, a Sweet Baby Inc. Creation, the wokest game ever, had quite the opposite. While Wukong's breaking records by not giving into this nonsense, Dustborn did not even hit 100 players concurrently on its first day. Oh my gosh, what an embarrassment. This is just humiliating to look at. My gosh. I mean, who wants to play this? It reeks of not fun immediately. And there's a reason for that. Obviously, like as it goes through things and it talks about things, these people say it always begins with the characters, the world followed by the narrative. We have an idea of genre, setting, mood, tone, who the protagonists are, and we build a game around that. That's how our studio operates as a storytelling studio. We tell stories with game mechanics and interactivity to do something fresh. Well, he didn't say for modern audiences, but we know that for modern audiences is implied. So this is really funny, and you see just like the absolute cope from what's happening here. And so Forbes has to then try to sweep for the woke people, and he's mad that there's an email from the game studio or from one of their advertising partners that says no feminist propaganda, no COVID-19 discussion in regards to the game. And that's reasonable because those sorts of things are just weird political topics that don't have anything to do with the gameplay. The game studio, again, is just doubling down in a good way on we don't want politics involved in this. We don't want a big political heated discussion. We want it about the game. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if Ubisoft took that tack with Star Wars Outlaws instead of saying, we want our characters to be accessible. These bigots. Instead of taking that kind of tack against gamers, like, what if they just actually cared about the gameplay and actually made it about the game itself rather than some like woke discussion around things? Amazing. This is like something applause worthy, and yet Paul Tassi and Forbes present it as a bad thing. So they're trying to make it look like these guys are like trying to censor people, but they don't really have control over that. Google document attached to the email said about the coverage, do enjoy the game. Look at that. That's it's about the game. Imagine that. Don't insult other influencers or players. Okay, that's fair. Don't use any offensive language or humor. Don't include politics, violence, nudity, feminist propaganda, fetishization of other content that instigates negative discourse. Do not use trigger words such as quarantine, isolation, or COVID-19. Do not discuss content related to China's game industry policies, opinions, news, etc. So they said, you know what? Keep the politics out of it, guys. Just make it about the game, please. If we're going to give you these codes to the games, we want it to be about the game, not about this other nonsense surrounding stuff. That's totally reasonable. And gosh, like, it's refreshing to hear. These people don't want a big political discussion. They don't want to take political sides. They don't want to be on stuff. But oh my gosh, guess who gets really mad? Feminist propaganda. Well, that's what Paul Tassi is. He's a feminist propaganda outlet, one of those male feminists, which, that never ends up going well, typically, when you see that kind of thing. This email was not sent to journalists. Some of them have said it's fake based on that, but it was for creators, only content creators. These guidelines may not have made it to all creators. They were sent out merely for request codes from those, and there's no NDA required to accept the code. So here's the deal. They said they asked for a request not to do this, not to inject politics, to make it about the games. They didn't try to coerce anybody. They didn't do the NDA game. These companies, a lot of them do the NDA games, or you've seen with Ubisoft, they've copyright struck different content creators who didn't say exactly what they wanted. Absolutely crazy for Star Wars Outlaws, even though the person was positive about the game, just because they didn't run their video first through their consulting agency for exactly what they wanted said about things. They got a copyright strike. That's what the mainstream company does, and he's trying to compare and ask of not talking about politics to that. And the fact that they're not being coercive, the fact that they're not doing the NDA, just goes to show that these people really do care about their game, really do care about the content creators, and it's really about that. And it's so weird. It's such a cope that this guy is trying to make this about some sort of bad thing here. As for why this exists at all, this game is made by a Chinese studio. Uh-oh. Cancel it, my friends. And for see, it's always about identity with people, trying to instill fear based on identity. That's what these people do every single time. And for why that would be mentioned when talking about Wukong, that is extremely unclear. The other standout phrase, feminist propaganda, is due to reporting that they have a history of sexism. You see how it is. Immediately he wants to pit people against this company. It's about him trying to spread rumors, trying to defame people, trying to hurt them over some random jokes they made several years ago that have nothing to do with the game, and it's ridiculous. So they did not want that discussed, presuming that is what feminist propaganda entails. Of course, they want it about the game, you idiot. This could include a topic like, did they make the female characters too sexualized, or something in that nature? Oh, no. Are we going to have another Stellar Blade where there's going to be journalists demanding that it be censored because the protagonist is too pretty? These people are just absolutely insane, and they really cannot handle that this game is doing so well. It is not only just a fleeting sort of thing. It is something that's been going on for multiple days, which means gamers are sticking with the game and actually love it. Wow. This is crazy. There's actually a crowd seeing the list of banned topics saying it's good. Creators should focus on the game. Yes, you idiot. It should be about the game, not the politics. It's really funny. It's a very strange situation. I've reached out to Game Science and not heard back. Yeah, because you're obviously trying to destroy them, Paul Tassi. And you're obviously trying to tear something down that gamers love, that gamers have fun with. And that's why nobody trusts the gaming journalism news at this point. You guys hate gamers. You hate actual good games. You hate fun. And you're all about the political agenda. You want it forced into everything. And when they don't comply with you, you go ballistic every single time. Well, we've had enough of it. and so have gamers. Wukong is here to stay. All right, leave a comment with what you think about this, my friends. Hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here as we talk about the situations that these people won't. And please, back the Hidden Emperor today. Really appreciate you for supporting good quality graphic novels, good quality games. You guys are a wonderful audience, and I appreciate you for being there.